work process administration part. SAP, the work process administration part we are discussing. So as part of this one, DVEBMCS, right? So dialog, update, enqueue, background, message server, SMMS, load balancing activities, load balancing groups creation, SMLG. So those things we discussed, right? So now let's discuss about the gateway work process. Gateway work process here. Gateway. What is mean by gateway work process here? So gateway work process is responsible. Gateway work process is responsible for to allow the connections inside of the server. So gateway, just example, in apartments we have in front of the apartment near to gate one security guy is there, right? He is the gateway work process. In our gate also we have the gate is there, right? That is the gateway work process, right? So what the gateway work process will do? Normally, when you are going to meet the any celebrities or when you are going to an apartment, when you are going to meet any one of the person, so the gateway process, the gateway security guy, he will he will do the necessary checks, right? So whether you are a valid connection, valid user, or whether you have anything, so just he will note down all the things. Then he will allow you to inside of the home, or he will reject your connection. If something wrong, he will reject your connection, right? So this kind of things will be done by the gateway work process. This kind of things will be done by the gateway work process in SMGW transaction code, right? Gateway connection, right? You got it now. So in our anyone gateway work process means you have to, so come into the mind, there is a one word gateway security person in the apartment or celebrity's home or in our home. So there is a gateway security person. What he will do, similar kind of functionalities will be done by the gateway work process, right? So here in SMGW, here we can check the in SMGW. So in SMGW, I'm just checking the whether we have any gateway work process, gateway related items. We can see it here. Gateway related things we can see it here. Gateway related things here. So are there any, how many local gateways are there? How many remote gateways are there here? Right? So all the information, what is the connection limit here? All the information we can see it here. All the information we can see it here in the system. Right? So this is the gateway work process. Let me show you here in server itself here. Otherwise you will get confused. Right? Similar kind of things here. So here in the gateway work process, here we can observe it here. Same, how many processes are there? All the information we can see it here. Right? So normally by default, the connection limit is the 2000 connection. Means one application server, it will allow only 2000 connection. If the 2001 person is coming, then immediately it will reject. Immediately your connection will be rejected. Why? Because that the house capacity is only 2000 connections here. The house capacity is only 2000 connections here. That's why it will reject here. So as part of our regular activity, what we have to do, so we have to go to log on clients here. Here you need to check the whether all connections are okay or not. If anyone connection is not okay, means error, then select that connection. So then what we have to do, we need to delete that connection here. We need to delete that client here. We need to delete that connection here, right? Just click on the delete, that will be deleted. If it is not okay, that will be deleted. If it is okay, it will not be deleted. Okay, that is the thing we have to check it out here. Sometimes what happens due to the user side and also server side, if any issues, what will happen? The connection will come to the red status. This will come to the become a red. Whenever any issue, this connection will become a red. So here it will show the not okay. Here it will show the not okay status here. Not okay status here. So in that case, not okay status. In that case, we can say, so this is there is a issue here. There is a issue here. So then immediately we can reject it. That is what we can do as part of the gateway work process here. All right. So one more thing is here, if you go to the gateway trace, we can also take the trace here, means logs, how the gateway work process is behaving. Are there any issues with the gateway, right? Are there any delay? So anything we can check it out here. Means is it rejecting? Is it not rejecting? So what is the exact information? So in the exact number, all the information we can see it here. All the information We can see it here. Okay. So that is what we can see it here, right? That is what we can see it here. Gateway, the person's related information, we can see it here, right? So that is the gateway process related information here, trace directory. So trace. So this is a secondary. In case of if you want to find out why users are unable to log in, are there any connection is getting rejected? So one more thing is here, the connection limit is only 2000, maximum 2000. If the 2001 person is coming, then the connection, it will be rejected. The 2001 connection is coming, that will be rejected here, right? The logged clients is the 5 bytes. So here it is the 1000 connections, right? So whenever we are logging to the system from other different application servers, different ways, so our connections will be rejected here. Our connection will be registered in this connections list. Yeah, everything will be registered here. When you are connecting from outside network or your own laptops or anything, your connections will be, so your connections will be notified here. That is the one important thing here. Okay, so that is the one thing here. So here always we need to check the limitations here. If the users are unable to log in, then one more thing is we need to check it out the limitations, right? So the limitations are over or not here. The limitations are currently over 2000 by 2000. Definitely the 2001 person will not log in. If the existing owners, any one of the person will log out, then other new users can log into the system. So you sometimes you may get the some challenging work like data users, new users are unable to log in, existing users are able to work. Huh? What is this scenario? New users are unable to log in, existing users are able to work. So what does it mean? So which means all existing users are able to log in without any issues. New users are only unable to log in. So in this case, the first thing which comes under the mind is like limitation. Somewhere it set the limitations. Where is that place? Gateway. Gateway will set the limitations here. Why? Because gateway is the person to allow you inside of the server, right? Gateway is the person, this person will allow the connection. He will almost all the limitations he will allowed, but the limit is over, then he will stop you in front of the gateway itself only, right? Gate itself only. Then how will you come to the SAP, right? So that is the reason. So you need to think the logical way here. The logical thinking is very important. Suppose your house capacity is the 2000, right? Your house capacity is the 2000 members only allowed. So then any new user 2001 person is coming, then you are not allowed. That person is not allowed. Why? Because already house capacity is full. You have to wait. So existing users can do their work, right? So that is the same concept here. So this is the same concept in the SMGW also here, right? It will, we can monitor the gateway monitoring. Also, some customers, they will go for the external security, more external security, some customers here. So they will go to here, they will go to here. So then expert functions, they will go to here, expert functions here. So there is a external security. This is the only rare cases, only rare cases. It's a very dangerous settings, okay, in the system. Okay, so expert settings, external security, so maintain the ACL files. So what does it mean? You are restricting users also, you are restricting only dedicated users. You have to log into the systems, only dedicated users. So they are the ACL system, reginfo, secinfo files are there here. So reginfo, secinfo files are there here. In the secinfo, you need to set the users, right? Which users you have to log into the system, local users or internal users, right? So local users or internal users, which users you have to log in. So here you can see the user P space user equals to star, which means all users are allowed here. P means permit. So if you put the settings like, suppose like UP30P means, TP means UP laptop address. So to user means all users, that's why star. So if you put like the address like a address like a something like that, SAP Windows 2. If I put SAP Windows star, if I put it out, just if I click on OK button, now what will happen here? Only only system will allow the users like a SAP Windows who are logging into the SAP Windows jump server, right? You guys are logged into the jump server. The jump server details are like a The jump server details are like a SAP Windows, right? Star, right? So then who are logging from SAP Windows system will allow only those connections. But some users will log in from the users will not only use this laptop, right? Some users will use the web methods, web based. Some users will use the different methods. Some users will use the different approaches they will use. So browser they will use it. Some user logon pad they will use it. Some users they will use the own laptop. Some user will use the different ways they will log into the SAP system. Finally, everybody will log into the SAP system. But in this case, so if you put these settings, so other it will impact the other users, right? So that is the reason. That is the reason here. So when changing these settings, careful, be careful. Okay, that is what only some customers they won't implement these settings here. So why? Because it's some kind of dangerous settings in the system. So it will restrict entire your login procedure, entire users login procedure here, right? So otherwise also if you want to if, six now previously five now it's six, right? Also if anyone if you put the settings, it will impact other your system settings also here. The who are logging with why because users will log in from different ways. If you don't know the complete picture how they are logging and everything, if they know the network and everything, this is but it will be the more security. No hackers, no hacking, nothing will happen if you put the external security. External security means more security. If you maintain the ACL files, it will be the very careful files here. So that's why when in your organization when you are changing these files there is a big procedure to change it. 1 month we have to address open it to simulation modes, everything we have to open it, we have to see what connections are coming, what IPs are allowing, then all the IPs we need to put into the exception list, right? Some more dangerous settings here. So when your organization when you are implementing these expert settings, external security, these things, then so carefully you need to plan it here. So that is what I can say lastly. Okay, so that is the information from here, right? So this is about the gateway work processor. What we have to do as about the gateway here. In a daily, you need to go to the security settings here, log on security settings here. We need to check this is the remote gateway. Some other person logged into the remotely with 135 IP address, right? So then this is connection is okay. What will happen sometimes this user who logged in with this IP, so connection is okay. Sometimes what will happen, connection is not okay. Then in this case, we may have to worry about that one. We may have to worry about like we need to delete that connections, right? So that is the so that is the so gateway work process here SMGW connection here, right? So that is the one here. So the one more thing is here I'm explaining we have the ECC and the data exists in the other systems also I'm explaining here, right? So here this is the if you want you can monitor this one but don't create anything, just if you want to do the checking all those things you can do it here. See here some other person they logged in with the so 178.80.35.141. Some user, this is the my user. Someone is logging with the KP online one. So it is initiated. It is initiated. Your connection is initiated here, right? You can see it here. Your connection is initiated here. But don't share this IP so URL to anyone. Okay. So that is the one thing here. So that is the gateway. That is the gateway work process here. So the next one is called the spool work process here, the spool work process here. So that is the last work process in the work process here. The spool related transaction codes are SP01, SP02, SPAD. These three are the transaction code for the spool. These three are the transaction codes for the, so these three are the transaction codes for, so spool administration. These three are the transaction code for the spool administration here, right? So what is meant by spool work process? Spool work process is responsible for printers creation here, right? Printers, printing to print the SAP related data, to print the to print the SAP data here, to print the SAP data here, SAP data, forms, anything we can print from SAP also. That time, the spool work process dedicatedly used for to print your request, to print your data, to print your pages, to print your bank statement, to print your mails, pay slips, however, whatever you want, documents, everything. So you will do that one here, right? So here, so the SP01, SP02, we can check the logs here. But all the administration activities, we have to do it in the SPAD. Spool AD means administration part here, which means printers creation. If I go to the SPAD transaction code here, so here we have the output devices. If I go to the full administration, output devices here you can see only one device, that is called the printer SP01. Just click on the edit button here, just click on the create. So here we can use the so we can use the create button. So for creation of the printer means, suppose adding the printers here, the first of all we have to add, to give the print from SAP, you have to add the printers, right? You have to add the printers, right? So those printers we have to give it here, those printer names we have to allocate here, right? So that is what we have to do it here, those printers names we have to allocate here. So that is the one thing here. So we need to integrate in that correct word in SAP, that is called the integration. Printers we can integrate to the SAP here. Printers we can integrate to the SAP here. Then here output device, suppose like home printer. In your home, you have a printer called the home. You want to create a printer name like a home here. The short name like also home here. Right? What is the device type here? Right? What is the printer name you have? Brother printer, Canon printer, Zebra printer. So Samsung, HP, Laser, Dell, Instant. What is Epson full? So what is the printer you have? You purchased from the outside, right? What is the printer here? Suppose the example HP laser print, HP color printer you have, right? In our home you have. So what is the spool server means? Spool means where the spool work process is available. So here it is, the spool work process is available here, right? Spool work process is available here. So then we can set the spool work process here, right? So then what is the host name? What is the device? Standard printer, or this is a printer or fax? What is that? This is a printer only. Okay, fine, printer. What is the printer model? When you purchase the printer, every printer there is a model, right? The printer model, so you have to type it, right? Where is the printer here? In a very which location? So that is the printer. You want to lock the printer? If you lock the printer, you cannot give the printouts. If you don't lock the printer, if it is unlocked, then prints will come from the printers. So that is what will happen here, right? This is for the adding the printers, first of all, integrating printers into SAP, right? Go to the access methods. Go to the printer access method here, right? Access methods here, right? Access methods. So what is mean by access methods in SAP here? Access methods here. So access methods are used to specify how to transfer data to spool work process, right? How? So it will specify the how the system transfer the spool work process data to your host spool system to output device, right? How this device works and everything here, right? How this devices everything will work. How can we transfer this data here, right? So this is what here the access methods here. There the multiple access methods are there here. So which means you don't need to remember all those things here. The few things are very important here. Okay, you don't need to remember all those things here, access methods here, right? So local, local access methods here, right? There the three types of access methods are there here, the basically main. So local printing methods, local printing, then remote printing, then front-end printing. Local means your SAP system, there is a spool server. There is a spool server. Every system, every Windows system, there is a one spool server here. There is one spooler here, print spooler here. Every Windows system by default you will get the spooler, print spooler. It will take the prints and it will hand over the print request to the your respective printer. So that the print will go to the printer. It will come out from paper will come out from the printer, right? Who will helping here? Print spooler. Print spooler is helping here, right? So here print spooler, your SAP work process here. Here mainly two things will contribute. in the game, in a school game, two persons will involved here in a game. So what is that game? Printing game. In the printing game, who are the two persons here? One is the spool work process, which is there in the SAP level. Second one is the print spooler, the spooler, the spooler, which is there in the OS level. It is there. OS level, it is there here. OS level, it will be there here, right? So the spool work process will hand out to the spooler. The spooler will give the printout to the respective printer, right? So that is the spooler here, right? The mainly here. So the access methods are used to specify the how the system will transfer the spool work process data to the host spool system for output device to give the output how it is transferring here, right? So access methods are, so here there are the letters. The access methods are identify the letters here, right? Letters here. So they are the local, right? Remote, then front end, local, remote, front end methods here. So local here. So local front ending method means it is the Microsoft Windows system, local sort Microsoft Windows system. If it is the Windows, local means both will be on the same system here. That is called the local. Means your spool work process in the these two game changer, both are in the same host. Then that is called the local. Local means here we can say C. C for C type C, we have to use it for Windows. Then L, we have to use it for the Linux here. So suppose if you see here, C, C direct operating system call. So L for print locally using the LPR. So if it is the Linux system, then you need to use the L. If it is the Windows, you need to use the C. You need to use the C here. Sir, so we have more things are there, right? Yes. So what are those more things here? Here, the remote, then remote here. So the remote operating systems here, remote. Remote means here, so yes, yes, and U. Yes is for the, yes is for the Windows, and U is for the Linux here. Yes is for Unix. Suppose both are in the yes and you have to use it here, right? Front end method means direct, it is the F. Is identified by the letters here. So identified by the letters here, front-end computer and C and local printing and email to the receivers. So these are the methods here, right? See here, three types of methods here. Three types of methods are there here, right? So local methods, three types of methods are there here. Local, so local, remote, front end. Local means C and L. Remote means S and U, right? S means Windows. So here, let me write Windows, Linux. Here, Windows, remote also Windows, then Linux, front-end printing, right? It will use the front-end methods, it will use it here. Front-end means in your local laptop and desktop, whatever installed, it will use those methods here, right? So local means local, you are the local candidate. Local candidate means your base is local, you are the local candidate, right? Remote means you came from outside, right? You are the remote candidate. So, but front-end means front end. So you can use the front end computers here, front end laptops with everything here. So here spool work process and the OS spooler both are in the Windows. That is called the C type C. You need to choose it here. If it is the Linux type L, you have to use it here. Remote computer means so spool work process in the SAP server and the spooler is in the different host. Some people they will maintain the for printing purpose. They will maintain the separate printers, separate spoolers. They will use it here. Separate operating system they will use it here. Then this case both are in the different opposite. Then in this case that is the remote. So front end means front end. Now we got the difference, right? Local, remote and front end, right? So now let's try it. In our case both are in the same operating system. We can choose it here. Who is the host printer here? Our host printer is like I can give the our IP details here, right? So then go to the output attributes here. Here, how you want to print the printer here? You want to print the one side or default printing or both the side, how you want to print? So which tray you want to use it here? You want to color printer this one? Yes. So then what is the tray information here? What is the page format? A3, A4, there's a page formats, right? So any page format. If you want to type, you can select it here, right? So just click on the save button here. Then the new printer, the device name home got created here, which means you have created a new printer, local printer you have created, that is called the, so that is you created here. Now you want to give the some document, you want to give the printout, some document you want to give the printout. Suppose like I want to give the printout of the SM50 work process overview here. So every screen there is a print icon here, right? Otherwise, if you type the control P, then you can able to log in here, right? Just click on the control P here, right? So it will ask the what is the output attribute name. So normally when you go to the print shop, when you go to the printer shop, when you ask him to give the printout, then similar kind of pop-up will open, right? When he press the control P or similar kind of pop-up, even from there, what he will do, he will choose the which is the printer currently working. He will choose the that printer home, that like that the printer, he will choose it here. You want all the pages, or you want to only respective pages, or you want to all the pages, select it. You want to print immediately? Yes, I want to print immediately. So then click on the continue button. Then when you click on the continue button, there is a spool request number sent to the printer. Then immediately when your printer, your print is there, your printer currently, if you have the real printer is there in your home, definitely the paper will come out from the print, the paper will come out, whatever we have, all those things will come into the picture here, right? It will give the printout. Sir, we have given the print, and then how can we know users are giving the print? That printer is in the different offices, floors, and everything. Then how can we know the whether printer is successfully completed, the printing successfully printed or not? How can we know means here SP01 or SP02 transaction codes we can use it here. So here we can check the what is the spool request number which you identified here previously. So then if you don't know who is the user, then type it here, click on the execute button. Here it will display the what is the print. This is the spool request number 12606 here. So but this is in the error status, which means the print got failed. The print got failed here. So what is the reason for print failing the printer here, right? If you click on the error messages here, so you will get the incorrect data. If you go to the log here, so here clearly picture that like there is no printer like that. The printer name is invalid. In our home, whatever I created the printer name, something blah blah blah, there is no printer like this. There is no printer like this. That's why printer name is invalid. If it is the printer is there, you will get the successful print from the printer, then the paper will come out here. Who is helping here? So your spool work process is helping to give the printout. Spool work process is giving the helping here to print out here. That is the thing is happening here. That is the thing is happening here, right? So that is the spool printer name here, right? So first of all, printers we have to add in our systems, SAP systems here. Any printer you can add it to the here, right? Either any printer, if you go to the SPAD, go to the output devices here. So just you can add the printers to the here, right? So just you can add the printers to the here. Suppose I want to change the access methods to the, so local. So any method you can select it. Okay. Suppose I want to give the front end printing here. Means my local laptop or desktop, it will connect it, and my local laptop, whatever the printers are there, it will give the printout here. So let me give the printout now here. Go to the SM50 transaction code. Any transaction code, if you just go to click on print, just type the home printer. Click on the print button here. There is a 608 print request number generated. So now you see it is asking the printing, Microsoft printing. The page is started. Why? Because it is referring to the my local laptop printer here, right? All pages are sent to the, why? Because my local laptop I selected as a print to PDF. It got selected to the, it got my local laptops, not the remote server, local laptops here, right? So something, some PDF got created here, Microsoft PDF got created here, right? So now what I will do here, I want to, it got successfully downloaded. Now if I go to SP01 to see whether print is successfully happened or not, right? I got the print. Now you can see completed successfully. I got the print from data here. What happened means the completed, possibly spool work process completed your request, possibly printed, right? So possibly printed here means data got printed from the system, right? It got completed here. So why means front end? Front end means your local laptop. In your local laptop, definitely there is some printers are associated, right? Some printers are associated. There may be some printers in your office laptop. Some printers are already associated. So your IT team will configure the printers to your local laptop so that whenever you give the printout, it will refer the your local laptop, it will give the print to the that floor's laptop, whatever there in the office floors, it will give the printouts. So in your home or outside, if you want to newly print it, you have to use the SPAD transaction code to give the prints. To give the prints, you need to use the SPAD. Then SPAD, you have to give it here. So after that SPAD, so then you can just to go to here and give the prints, and you can monitor the all the spools whether the papers are going out or not. Not only basis user, some other users also you can check it out here. Not only basis users, all users you can check it out here, right? So suppose if you go to the SP02, this is specific to the your user only. This is specific to the your user only here. This is specific to the your users list only here. SP01, if you want to check the print for the other users, SP01, just to change the username, change the date and click on OK button, it will give the display. It will give the display here, right? That is what will happen, right? So that is the one thing here. Okay. So one more thing is here. Sir, only SAP level we are using the printer means, is it correct? No, not only SAP level. Printers will use in the higher level, like in the airports, in the shopping malls. SAP we will integrate to the other shopping malls, billing purpose, revenue, and scanning. So scanning, airways. So many where our printers are, our SAP printers, they will SAP, they will use it to print it here, right? So accounts, billings, airways. Normally, when you go to the shopping mall, they will scan it, barcode scan it here for rating. That time also SAP they will integrate to the SAP, right? So many ways they will use the printers here. So many ways. Normally, if you go ahead and check in the Google like SAP printing in airports, suppose an airport bags checking and everything, so they will use the SAP here. SAP prints, they will use it here. So airports also, so they will use it here. How the airport to print the barcoding, right? So lock down the flights and everything, how they will use the SAP to print out here, right? Airports. There is a good videos of that. But so they will integrate. But our duty is the creation of the printers is whatever we have done in the SPAD. First of all, we need to integrate. Then after that we can integrate it here. Hey guys, welcome to another video. So here they're using here, how they can print it here, all those things here, right? So like that, if you go anywhere, n number of videos here, they will use the SAP. They will use the SAP here, SAP printing here, right? In the billing department, revenue department. So many where they will use the SAP to print it, to get the printouts and everything, they will use it here, right? So that is what here. So not only just you can make Excel, like I said, there is a one company, maybe it is there in the US. So this company, Arizona, Drink Arizona, there is one company here, beverages related company. Arizona beverages related company. Okay. In the US, they are dedicatedly using the SAP system. They are dedicatedly using the SAP system for printing purpose only, right? So printing purpose only, they will dedicatedly use the logos printing, the label printing. They will use the labels, this labels printing in the bottle, there are the labels, right? So I heard that from, so they are using this SAP for doing this label printing on the bottles, whatever the product they will use it. They are using this SAP for the printing the labels here, right? So labels, models, everything they will use it here, label printing. So this will be done by the SAP only here. Okay, that will be done by SAP for doing the label printing and all those things here. Okay, so just assume, don't think like we will only use it here, only SAP and small things printing and everything, right? So if in the shopping malls, malls, stores, so anywhere SAP they will use, most of the people companies who are using SAP they will use the SAP only to print the data. Okay, to print the request they will use it here, right? If the product based company, definitely they will use the print. Why? Because they are product based company, products they will release it, so definitely the logos are required, the labels are required, right? So that is the reason they will use the this label printing. That is the reason they are using the labels printing here. Okay, so you can create the some more printers here like that. Just example SPAD, you can create it, just try to give the printout and see whether print is coming out or not, whether failing, why it is failing. So then we can check the logs like this here. Okay, that is the printers related details here. So this is about the work process related information and everything here. So let me see whether he have any other printers are available. If I go to the SPAD, so there is a lot of printers are there here, right? A lot of printers are there here, right? You can also try to create more printers on your practice systems here, NP1, NP, NWV. So there are the more printers you can create it here. Okay, so try to practice creation of the printers and integrating the printers, then how to give the printout from the SAP, then how to troubleshoot it if any issues here, where to check, at least that information you required. Okay.